Your smartphone could charge from the ground beneath your feet if you stood on a step mound. What you thought were ancient graves are actually giant batteries that once powered all of Eurasia. Official history says these are tombs, but they are hiding the existence of a medieval wireless Wi-Fi. We found an ancient energy network that existed 800 years before Nikola Tesla was even born. Academics bury the truth because free energy is the one thing they don't want you to control. Ground radar shows chemistry in the soil that simply should not exist in a primitive burial site. This wasn't a casual landing of nomads, it was a high-tech operation for harvesting atmospheric power. Genetic analysis of the silt reveals traces of processed minerals used in modern electrical capacitors. They used a design that mirrors the resonance halls of the lost high-tech northern civilizations. This unified plan spanned thousands of miles, proving a coordination that official science denies. The scale of this labor rivals the first temples, but here the goal was not prayer, but power. Every stone follows a hidden blueprint that has been kept from your history books for centuries. They want you to believe in primitive tents while they stood on top of continental power stations. The signals are still there, vibrating in the bedrock, waiting for the right frequency to wake up. We must stop looking at these as pits and start seeing them as a single, living world machine. The secret isn't about the dead, it's about the free energy they stole from your future. Are you ready to stop paying for what was once free? The evidence is in the very soil. The Great Tartary network is waking up, and the scan is just beginning for those who listen. Look at your quartz watch right now. You are wearing 12th century Tartarian tech on your wrist. Archaeologists found that Kurgans aren't filled with dirt, but with precise layered mineral sandwiches.
These layers act as a massive capacitor, storing high-voltage energy pulled directly from the air. At the center lies a granite monolith, a stone packed with conductive silica that generates power. This is the piezoelectric effect, the same physics that powers every digital device you own today. Under the weight of the earth, these giant stones produced enough electricity to light up the steppe. To catch this energy, they used silver lightning rods that official science calls ceremonial poles. These rods channeled atmospheric plasma into the mound, fueling a wireless network that never slept. The Kurgans hummed at 7.83 Hz, the exact natural frequency of the Earth's own heartbeat. By tuning to the planet, they created a telegraph system that required 0 wires and 0 fuel. Traditional history calls this symbolism because they don't want you to know energy was once free. We're about to prove how they turned this off. Subscribe now or you'll miss how we turn it back on. This smart soil acted as a semiconductor, a technology we only invented in the 20th century. The Tartarians weren't hiding bodies, they were shielding a continental electrical power grid. If you live near a Kurgan, comment your city below. We'll tell you if you're standing on a node. The secret is held in the quartz, waiting for a modern frequency to wake up the Great Tartary. The evidence isn't just buried, it is vibrating beneath your feet at this very second. While you pay monthly bills for electricity, the ancients moved power across continents for free. This was the Copper Silk Road, a physical circuit of cables linking Kurgans through the earth. They didn't just dig holes, they followed the path of least electrical resistance across the globe. These copper veins were engineered with the same logic the Vikings used for shallow water travel. Just as portage linked rivers, these copper lines turn the entire steppe into a single, massive grid.
If you think this is primitive, ask yourself why we still use copper for our modern power lines. Subterranean waveguides were carved into the bedrock to direct the flow of the telegraph hum. These tunnels acted like fiber optic cables, carrying data at the speed of sound via resonance. They used bloomer furnaces to smelt high-purity metals that official history says they couldn't produce. This was a planned operation for large-scale energy transport, not a random scatter of nomad tents. Unlike our leaky wires, these waveguides use the Earth's magnetic field as a natural, perfect shield. This allowed for a secure communication channel that could never be intercepted or cut by enemies. The signals were sent using binary resonance, a tech that predates our digital age by a millennium. If you live in a region with Kurgans, tell us your city. We are checking the node map. Energy was the primary trade good here, more valuable than gold or the silk they sold. But as the climate changed, the masters of the wire had to make a devastating choice. They didn't lose the tech, they buried it to prevent a global disaster from destroying it. We are uncovering the on switch. Stay with us as we descend into the heart of the machine. The Khans weren't just warriors on horseback, they were the absolute managers of the world's first power grid. Official history hides the fact that their empire was actually a continental energy monopoly. The Vinland sagas aren't just myths, they are technical logs of voyages to maintain distant timber nodes. These strangers used tools that glided silently on rivers, powered by the resonance of the earth. Who owns the energy, owns the world. The Khans held the master rubric for every monument. They controlled the on-off switch for the entire steppe, coordinating labor on a staggering scale. Academic experts want you to see primitive tents, but the stones show a high-tech infrastructure.
Think about it. Why would nomads build 20-ton pillars just to pray? That's what they want you to think. Imagine being an expert and missing a continental Wi-Fi network for 1,000 years. The Khans didn't just build, they transmitted plans across time and space using a shared code. This coordination proves that a unified high-tech society existed long before the Industrial Revolution. They managed resources on a scale that makes our modern power companies look like amateurs. But the climate shifted, and the Khans had to shut it all down to save the core. They buried the truth beneath tons of rubble, leaving only the legend of their conquests. The evidence is no longer lost, it is waiting for the next scan. Are you with us? This wasn't an abandonment, it was a tactical shutdown. They literally buried the world's power. Archaeologists find these chambers filled with rubble that official science calls accidental fill. But the infill is too uniform, no natural collapse, just a single, massive, intentional effort. To seal one site, they moved 1,200 tons of stone, an effort matching modern industrial logistics. This coordination repeats thousands of miles apart, suggesting a network with a singular purpose. Look at the map. Ancient Kurgans sit exactly where we place 5G towers today. They weren't primitive, they chose the same high-resonance nodes our telecom companies use now. Large-scale organization was possible long before the first farm was ever planted. These sites rewrite human cooperation. Shared knowledge of Earth's energy predates cities by millennia. They sealed these monuments to protect the core from a global disaster we've forgotten. The real secret isn't buried in stone, it's in how they managed energy without a single wire. Why hide it? Because free energy is the ultimate threat to those who want to sell it to you.
We are uncovering the decommissioning logs. The seal on our true history is finally cracking. Are you ready to reclaim what was stolen? The final scan is about to begin. Today, the boundary between legend and hard evidence is thinner than a digital signal. Our scanning technology proves the Tartary telegraph wasn't a ghost story, it's a dormant reality. We've found that the grid was never destroyed, merely paused by its brilliant architects. The standard for rewriting history is high, but the markers are rare and present right now. We see low-frequency signals buried deep in strata that date to the medieval warm period. These traces are the echo of a power that once unified the entire world through the earth. Not all histories are written in stone, some are carried in the very soil we walk on. The next breakthrough will change everything, tipping the balance toward a new, free reality. We at Ancient Scan are dedicated to peeling back the layers of this technological silence. Every subscriber is a digital excavator helping us recover the truth of our forgotten past. We aren't just looking at graves, we are looking at the blueprints of a wireless future. History is being rewritten with each discovery we share here on the Ancient Scan channel. The stones are starting to speak, and the frequency matches the heartbeat of humanity. If you want to see what lies beneath before the rest of the world knows it, click the subscribe button now. Don't let the official narrative keep you in the dark. Write, "I am ready for the scan" in the comments to join our elite search team. Your participation is the key to unlocking the final secret of the Great Tartary system. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and keep scanning the horizon with us at Ancient Scan.